the super pig.
I don't think we will ever see the super pig. There will possibly be several super pigs corresponding to the various production needs or that can optimally produce to fit the requirements of the markets.
If there only weren't that annoying problem of the declining birth rate among pigs and cattle. Genetic scientist Wolf, who doesn't believe the culprit can be genetically modified feed, has launched a new experiment with cows.
Kiki carries an additional gene that originally comes from a jellyfish. This gene encodes for a green fluorescent protein, or GFP for short. If we were now to shine a blue light on her in the darkness, she would actually have a glowing green nose. This cow is of interest to us because we can generate embryos from her that are also fluorescent green, and these embryos can then be localized in the female birth tract to allow interactions between the embryo and mother to be studied from an early stage.
In the USA, environmental activist Jeffrey Smith has heard about another experiment. He therefore pays another visit to Jerry Roseman, the ruined pig farmer. Roseman is disappointed with himself and with the fact that he believed the promises of the genetically modified feed producers.
I tried to do the right thing. You know, I was one of the technology people. You know, I was right on the cutting edge of everything for the farm, you know, because this is what we were told to do. And ultimately, you know, they lied to us. We were told that these products were safe when we were handed them to us, and ultimately I found out that there's virtually no testing, and anyone that comes up with any kind of a problem whatsoever with it, there's absolutely no cooperation other than to bury them in paper and make them go away.
Now Roseman is doing the tests himself without outside help. He has been able to squirrel away some of the genetically modified corn which he is now occasionally feeding to a few cattle.
And these animals 4 years ago were sterile. We got them off of the corn, got them on green grass, and they were reproduced fine. This last winter I went ahead and started to experiment again and fed them the problematic corn here. And at the present time these three cows are barren and the bull is basically sterile. And that was after feeding the corn to them for approximately 90 days. And here next week we'll take them back off of the corn, and eventually the bull will come back to being viral, and the cows most likely will conceive a calf for next year. And this is what I've determined myself here with the limited funding that I can do myself.
The very small-scale breeders will, with few exceptions, die out.
Only a few consortiums will remain as winners in the battle of the pig. This is what Christoph Zimmer fears. But he wants to make life difficult for them for as long as he can. He visits the test laboratory to find out here whether his own livestock could be affected by Monsanto's patent application.
The results show that the variants described in the patent are already present in nature today. In your herd we find all three possibilities, TT, CT and CC. Could I then prove afterwards in your laboratory that I didn't breed my pigs using Monsanto's methods? That's the crux of the matter. This is just not possible. The offspring of the test animals can't be distinguished from the animals you already have in your herd.
Farmer Zimmer's only hope is that the patent application is denied. Worldwide, the monopolization has already long begun, silently and swiftly.
If someone had asked me 5 or 10 years ago, I'd have said it's impossible. How can someone make such a claim for themselves? But if we now see how completely dependent farmers are on these corporations, especially in the USA, I have to say I can no longer laugh about it. I feel like crying instead.